By the end of this video, you'll know how to set up, organize, style, and make a doc truly your own. And here's the best part. In your playground doc, you can try everything no matter your role. In other docs, what you can do depends on your role, whether you're a maker or editor. But here in the playground doc, nothing's off limits. In Coda, everything starts with pages and subpages. Look at the left-hand sidebar. This is your page list. And if you don't see those pages, you can click on this icon here to see them. Now, if we want to add a new page, go ahead and click that plus icon. Once we have new pages, you can drag a page under another to make it a nested subpage. You can right-click on a page or click the three-dot menu next to the page to see page settings. This is where you could also add a subpage via this process. You're also able to hide pages of your doc. This is perfect if you've got some things that are in draft, or maybe you have a back-end setup or admin page that you don't want everybody interacting with. You're able to see these hidden pages without unhiding them by clicking up here next to the pages on the three dots, and you're able to see all of the hidden pages within a doc. All right, so once you're inside a page, just start typing. You've got some text in there, and you can highlight it to turn that text into headings, bulleted lists, checklists, or maybe you want to collapse some content. You can also change colors, add links, and adjust alignment. And you can do all of this by just highlighting the text in your doc. To instantly explore and add features, just type the /. Or if you prefer a visual idea of what you can add, you can go up to Insert and look at the building blocks to be able to drag and drop elements into the doc that are all accessible also through that /. So let's talk about a few different features. First one are callouts. Callouts help you organize your doc and draw attention. There's two ways that you can add them. You could just type /callout and you'll see that it starts to pop up there as we spell it out. And you can start fresh this way. But you can also highlight existing content and click on the additional formatting options here and click that little megaphone icon. That's adding a callout. And you'll be able to change the background color, the icons, and the text size. Another feature that I love are reactions. And reactions are kind of like part emoji, part button. We use them to get instant feedback or track progress. And you can also use them in other features like our tables to do voting and get a quick pulse. So one example that we use a lot is kind of like a done reading setup. Let's say we're running a meeting and we need everybody during the meeting to read a brief. We're only going to move on if everybody is finished reading. So I throw in this reaction by doing /reaction, type this out. I'm going to choose this little kind of reading icon here. You can adjust the size and the format of how you want it to show up. I can type done reading next to it, and then you're ready. Let's say you want to move some of your content around within your doc. You can hover over by the left-hand side, look for those three little dots. And then when you see the little hand pop up, click, drag it and hold and drop it wherever you want. And that blue line will help indicate where you're able to move content. This works for paragraphs, lists, callouts, and almost anything on the page. And you can also highlight all of the content and click and move it to be able to move it together. All right, page options. You can tailor your page further by adjusting page layouts or adding subtitles and cover photos to your pages. So if you right-click on a page or click the three little dot menu to access the page-specific settings, you can change the layout of a page. Because sometimes you want a wider canvas if you've got big, massive tables, or maybe you want a little more narrow for cleaner reading. You can also access these settings up at the top of the doc. If you hover near it, you'll be able to see the page options there. So speaking of pages, this is a little more of an advanced setting and feature, but it is really useful. Besides just Coda pages where you can, type and have text and tables and all of that, you can also have two different kinds of pages. One is called the sync page. This allows you to reuse one page across multiple docs. Let's say we have our launch calendar from our product team in one doc, and then I'm planning everything out in another doc. I could grab a link to that page and also house it in my own doc. And then when anything gets updated in that doc, it'll update in my view as well. This is great for shared resources or cross-team updates. And then the other one, which might be one of my favorite Coda features, are page embeds. This allows you to bring in content from tools like Miro or Figma or Google Sheets and keep everything in one central place. It now looks like just another page in your Coda doc, but with something like Google Sheets, I can make updates here, and it's going to track and make those updates immediately back in the Google Sheet. It's important to note with a lot of these features, when you're in other docs, other than the playground doc here, whether you can add pages or move pages depends on your role. So makers can always create and rearrange, but editors don't have that ability. All right, let's wrap up some of the essentials here. Coda docs, they have pages and subpages, and you can use the / command to add anything in your doc with speed, like callouts and reactions. You can move content around in your doc by grabbing it and looking out for that little hand. And then layout options. They're available within the page options. They help you control how your doc feels and looks. So start testing these features in your playground doc, because the more you practice, the more natural it will feel. And in Coda, your doc can be your wiki, your tracker, and your hub for everything. So let's start exploring.